Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now, one of the major conversations I've really been having with so many people when it comes to job search here in the UK is having conversations with potential employer about visa sponsorship. And it's really important to watch this video to the end if you're part of those looking to get a role, that would potentially sponsor your visa. A majority of those on my channel are immigrants, and I believe that majority of those who are looking for a job and not just looking for a job, they're also looking for a job that would potentially sponsor. And there's so many strategies you need to put in place, especially if you need sponsorship. Now, I've seen so many people, because of what I do, I speak with loads of people on a daily, weekly basis. And one of the things that I've seen that has been happening of recent is the fact that so many people are getting jobs. And I mean, the major challenge now is not even getting jobs. People are actually getting jobs. The major challenge is now getting visa sponsorship on those jobs. I've seen people get offers. I mean, I had someone who had an amazing, fantastic job a couple of days ago, had an amazing job here in the UK, but because the post-study visa expired and the current employer was not willing to sponsor at that time, this person lost the job and had to move to the health and care visa. And this is because of some of the mistakes that this person made that I think is important to share on this channel, just to make sure that other people learn from those mistakes and try to avoid them. And that's just essential. That's the way to live life. You learn from other people's mistakes, so you don't make the same mistakes. And I've seen about 5 different people make that same mistake in the last couple of weeks. And I've spoken with each of them, and they all made exactly the same mistake that really cost them not just their dream job. It cost them, so many other things, like not being able to, stay on the visa that they want and work the kind of job they want. They had to move on the health and care visa and all of that. So if you're someone that you're probably seeing yourself in that situation and you want to avoid it, please do watch this video till the end. Now, this was one of the comments I got on my last video. This person is saying, I had 2 great jobs within the NHS on the band 5. Doing onboarding, I told them about visa. That's where the offer were withdrawn, as they had no idea about sponsorship. Henceforth, any interviews I get before going, I ask if they sponsor before I go ahead. Now, this person, as you can see, got 2 job offers within the NHS on the band 5, and it was doing onboarding that they had to withdraw the offer. I spoke to someone yesterday also that got an offer, excited, fantastic news, and the offer got withdrawn because the company had no idea that the person would need sponsorship. And I've always been a believer that before you apply for any job, or while you're doing interviews, don't talk about sponsorship, because you don't want that to be something that would put you at disadvantage on the interview process or the application process. That has always been my belief, until a few months ago when I had a rethink. That's it. If you're applying for any job, one thing you want to do first is confirm if that employer has the license to sponsor. That's number 1. Then the second thing is make sure you have that conversations during interviews. So if they're not going to offer you the job because of sponsorship, it means that even if you get a job, they still wouldn't be willing to, offer you sponsorship. So please make sure you start having those questions, because I mean, it really can be disheartening getting an offer letter and the offer letter is then later withdrawn because of sponsorship. I had a chat with someone that was on a skilled worker visa, got a fantastic job role elsewhere with a different organizations, and the offer got withdrawn because the new organization was not willing to take over our sponsorship. I mean, it can be a lot of hassle, so it's really important to have that conversation from the onset. Have a chat with HR, let them know this job you're applying for, you're looking at, hopefully getting sponsored. If they are not going to sponsor you, get to know about it. So if you're going for the interview, you're going for the interview because you just want to experience the interview process, not putting on your mind and getting an offer letter, which we then later get withdrawn. So please, it's very important to make sure you start having that conversation early enough on the application journey. Please, this is really, really important. Now, before I get on with the video, if you're looking at getting into data analytics and you're clueless on how to go about it, I've got a good news for you. TechDrive will be organizing a 6 weeks intensive data analytics training starting from the 25th of October 2025. Now, on this training, you're going to learn things like advanced Excel up to VB and macro level. You're going to learn how to interrogate, manipulate data on SQL, how to create ETL pipelines on SSIS, and how to create business intelligence report on Power BI. So all you need to do is to send an email to info@techdriveuk.com or send a WhatsApp message to the number displayed on your screen. Now, one thing I also need to mention about this training is that aside from teaching you all of the technical stuff, we're also going to help you work on your CV. We're going to help you, build a couple of projects which you then use to create your own portfolio. And we're also going to give you some level of UK experience to give you competitive advantage. Most of the, individuals trying to get a job in the UK, one of the major issues they get to face is lack of UK experience, and you get, them get feedback from employers or potential employers that, oh, sorry, we have to go with someone that had more experience for that particular role. So you definitely want to give yourself some competitive advantage by getting that UK experience from TechDrive, which is really, really important. And lastly, when you get your first interview, we're going to jump on a call with you to prep you for that interview. So that's one of the things that are some of the things that comes with the training, which I'm very much confident you definitely don't want to miss out. So if you're looking at getting into data analytics, then you want to check out TechDrive's training starting from the 25th of October 2025. Now, back to what I was saying, I had a chat with someone a few days ago, and the chat was majorly around the fact that she got a job, she had a job that she's been doing for a while, and there's been like a promise with the organization that we're going to sponsor you. And I've said this countless number of times on this channel. When your employer promises you sponsorship, accept that promise, but don't sleep on it. And I've seen people make these mistakes over and over and over again. And this is no jokes, no cap. In just 1 week alone, the last 1 week alone, I've had 3 phone conversations about the same issue. My employer promised me sponsorship, and 2 weeks to the end of my postgraduate visa, they changed their mind, or they couldn't get enough funding to go ahead with the sponsorship. Please, when your employer promises sponsorship, accept it. However, don't sleep there and wait until the date they are planning to deliver it. And I'm going to give an instance. I had someone that works on a band 5 within the NHS, and this person's employer promised him that, oh, by the time you're 2 years on the roll, you're going to move up the pay scale and we're going to provide sponsorship. And he was super excited about that information and waited, was on the job, delivering, effectively doing all he can do to make sure he continues to impress the employer and the line manager. And when it's time for them to fulfill that promise of sponsorship, do you know what the line manager mentioned? The line manager mentioned that the program that he is currently managing as a project manager is going to be decommissioned in 2026. And they don't see any reason why they would want to provide any sponsorship for the next 3 years for someone managing a program that will be decommissioned in 2026. How disheartening is that? And this person has about a business conversation at about 1 month, 3 weeks, 1 month left on his visa. And trust me, 1 month is definitely not enough to apply for another job, pass an interview and get an offer letter, then get COS. It's definitely not enough. So this person is then forced to have to imagine someone working as a project manager having, to go back into health and care. It really can be disheartening and sad, but that was the reality of things. That's the option available at that particular time for this person in order to be able to continue to live and work in the UK. So the point of this basically is, if your employer is promising you sponsorship, even if it is in writing, please don't just wait. Try to start exploring other opportunities elsewhere. Try to start looking at other organizations that could potentially sponsor. I've seen too many people make these mistakes, and I think it's very important to reinforce and say this on this channel through this video. So if you have any question about job application, job offers, opportunities here in the UK, please state those questions in the comment section. And if you'd like to have a one-to-one chat with me, there's a link also in the comment section where you can jump on a one-to-one session. We can jump on the call and have that conversation about where you are and what you're trying to achieve and what you need to do to get to that point. If you also need help with your CV, you need help with CV review, you need help with working on projects, you want to get on the work experience program with TechDrive, all you need to do is just send an email to info@techdriveuk.com, and someone on the team will reach out to you to get you started on that journey into transitioning to that job role of your dream. And as I said earlier, if you have any questions, please in the comment section. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, do what to hit on the subscribe button to join the amazing growing family. And my returning subscribers, thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate you guys. So this will be the end of the video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thank you.